Understand why our story, who we are, what our story is making us to who we are today. They say, who did it? I say, God did it. God did it. I take no credit.
Hello, elite business women. Hello, it's your girl, Chanel Monique, Chanel Monique, Chanel Monique, ChanelMonique.com. Let me say it again for the folks in the back that didn't realize who I was because I got these stunner shades on. Chanel Monique, Chanel Monique, ChanelMonique.com. Hold on, one more time because a 3-strand cord is not easily broken. Chanel Monique, Chanel Monique, ChanelMonique.com. Hi, listen, we're here today with the Sister to Sister podcast with my sister. And so I'm going to bring her up in just a few moments, but we're super excited because the Elite Business Women is an award winning show. Oh my God. Let me just tell you, Elite Business Women won the Best of Raleigh. Come on now, the Best of Raleigh. Also, the magazine has won, oh God, Publication of the Year. So we're going places, we're doing things, and we just want you, if you're on here, like and share, subscribe and share to the channel. Come on, somebody. Listen, we need each other, so share. It's good to share or subscribe. Listen. And so today on the Sister to Sister podcast, we have someone who I truly I have the most respect for. She knows, 100% of what she's talking about. She's credible. Come on now. And she's doing great things in the kingdom. In the kingdom. That's what we love. Kingdom. And also, she is, oh my God, gorgeous. Listen, my sister is beautiful. And so we want to bring up someone, you may know her, but if you don't, you go get to know her. You go ask for an autograph. Listen, she is a star all by herself. Listen, I ain't even got to be on here. She can run this thing by herself. I do want to bring up my sister, Dr. Stacy Shepard, to the floor. Welcome, sis. Welcome, sis.
Yes, thank you so much, sis, for having me on tonight. I am so excited to share space with you as always.
Oh, yes, it's an honor to be in your presence, my sister, because you're doing the great things. And so I'm just happy to be connected to you. And I want to thank you for coming to the Elite Business Women Award, a gala. Thank you so much for supporting me. You didn't even know me and you came. We hadn't even met. So you came and supported me, and I truly, truly appreciate it. I would never forget that because support means so much.
Absolutely.
People don't know how much it means. And so we're super excited to have you. Tell them a little bit about yourself and who you are, but don't get into details because I'm going to get into details about your bio.
I'm gonna try my best not to get into details. But I am Dr. Stacy Shepard, and I tell you, I am all about women's empowerment and empowering our youth. A lot of people forget about our youth, right? But I am a true believer that if you don't empower when they're young, you got to try to heal those wounds when they get older. And so I am all about empowering women, pushing women, being an example to women that you can truly have every single thing that God says you can have. You just got to be willing to take the risk, take the step, and walk in faith that and believe truly that you can have it, that is yours. And for our children, I just want them to know that anything is possible, regardless of your background. Anything is possible. Just stay the course with God and continue believing in yourself and go after it all.
And I say with our children, prepare them or you have to repair them.
Come on.
prepare them or you're going to have to repair them. Because I used to work with these kids that had parents that were incarcerated, and they were reigniting with their family from years of the parent being in jail or being locked up in prison. And so I came in to help prepare them for the reentry program. And so I'm that's my thing. I love kids. I had a baby at 16, and so I love young women, trying to steer them in the right direction before we have to repair them.
That's right. That's right. That's a word right there, honey. I hope y'all listening. That's a word.
Yeah, because if you don't, we're going to have a society that's jacked up. Like now, the microwave, they want things now, and feel so entitled that if the parent don't give it to them, they go out and they do things to jeopardize their future.
That's true.
Yeah, so I understand. That's my heart too, sis. So we on the same page here. Yeah. And I love for women. I love women because we have to build each other up. I need you just as well as you need me.
Absolutely.
You have something in me. I read your posts and I'm encouraged daily.
Yes.
So don't stop posting.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love your family outings. Listen, I'm on here. I love it all. And
thank you. Thank you.
And that's supporting you because I like to know, okay, that's my girl. She came to the show. We know each other. Look, now I feel like we cousins. So
yes, that's right.
That's my family too.
That's right. That's right. And support is so very important, especially in our community, especially as women. We, like you said, you're looking at the posts and stuff, and you're liking and you're loving and you're commenting, because that is support. It helps also push out to people who were probably never, who need that encouraging post, but they don't see it if you don't have the support of others to help get it out there. So I appreciate you saying that.
Oh yeah, and definitely when you push like or comment, that pushes somebody else back up to the top of the algorithm. And that also gives them visibility to be able to be seen, because not only do I need you, some other women are connected to you, to me, or you that need you. You understand what I'm saying? And so that support is so huge right now. And that's what we women have to learn. Nothing is going to jeopardize my vision or my appearance. But if I'm liking you, if I'm loving you, if I'm commenting and sharing on your stuff, that's not going to jeopardize anything I have going on.
Absolutely.
It may highlight it because they're going to be like, why this girl all over Miss Dr. Stacy?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All over Dr. Stacy.
Absolutely.
And so they gonna want to see what it is. And so that's, we as women have to remember that. I know, as you on your journey, ministry, you do ministry as well. Also, you educate, your span of education, you're coaching, you're entrepreneur. What inspired you to walk boldly in all those different types and areas of purpose? What inspired you?
Woo, I tell you, it actually, for me, it was a very difficult season, honestly. When I really had to take a hard look at myself, it's because God sat me down. I had breast cancer. And so as I was going through breast cancer and navigating and really allowing, God had just left a very difficult relationship that God had told me very clearly, leave. And I mean it. And I was just like, oh, that sounds serious, and so I left. But I right after it was breast cancer. I also had just had my baby, my little girl, and it was just a lot happening at one time. And during that season, God was able to get me by myself.
Oh,
And
yes.
during that time, he really began to deal with me, some heart issues, some things, showing me things that he had placed in me that I was putting to the side due to a relationship, or was putting to the side due to fear. And as he was working and revealing and healing me, and building my faith in him, he began to open my eyes to who I am in him. And so I tell women all the time, don't let God have to sit you down to have a conversation with you about who you are and the works you are supposed to do in this earth. And so he sent me some amazing women, mentors, who spoke life into me and who began to call out what they were seeing in me. And that is how it started and it became, like, okay, I'm gonna just take the step. If God told me to do this, I'm gonna just take the step and see what happens. Well, when you
Yeah.
take steps, your faith grows, because
There you go.
God is not in the business. He ain't a man that he gonna lie. And
Yeah.
so as you're showing him, Father, I trust you, and I'm taking the steps, he's saying, all right, I can do something with this. And then
Yeah.
he began to open the door even the more for me. And I'm just truly grateful. I tell people all the time, literally within the last 2 years, I don't even recognize my life anymore, because I feel like he just catapulted me onto the scene out of nowhere.
I-
Was like,
Well,
who's this
it's
lady?
and you're right. I had to sit down for like 3 years.
Mhm.
Me and my husband, we cut back on ministry, we cut back on teaching, and we cut back, and we sat down and figured
Yeah.
out what we were supposed to really be doing, because
Uh,
we didn't, what was our purpose, and is it aligned with our belief? You
that's
understand what I'm
right.
saying?
That's
And
right.
so I totally understand. I mean, that's powerful, you know.
Yeah.
And you're walking bold, because now, as an executive director, superintendent, what
Yes.
leadership principles have helped you navigate challenges and still lead with excellence? What has helped you with that?
Um, Really, it truly has been my faith, because I have leadership is very hard. And a lot of people just see the glam of leadership of, oh, you get to make decisions, or you're the one that everyone has to go to for something. And they don't realize how taxing and tiring that can be when you are the one that has to make the decisions that impact the lives of so many other people. And so for me, it has been really just grounding myself in the belief that, one, I can do hard things well. Also grounding myself in the belief of, if God has allowed me this task and this is what he has placed before me, then there is some that what I need is already in me, or I'm going to get it along the journey.
And that's right.
And so I'm very big on educating yourselves and staying up to date on whatever the craft is. I believe every mentor needs a mentor. I have a mentor, Tamisha Sexton with Me Starhouse. I have a mentor. I have a business coach. I believe when I, as a leader and educator, I'm a Black woman leader. I went and found me a Black woman coach who is in education, who can help navigate and guide me through some of the difficult things. And so for me, it has been mentorship. It has been continuing with education, continuing to pay the money to get into the rooms so that I can continue to be fed, so that I can continue to feed others. And that goes back to that support of, like, people, you've arrived, you haven't arrived. I never feel like you've arrived at anything, because we're always growing and evolving in who we are supposed to be in our craft. And so in order for me to be able to lead and to navigate, I have to have mentors. I have to surround myself with like-minded people. And I have to continue funding and educating the places that God places me in, so that I can continue to grow and help others.
And you said a key thing. You invest in the places that you want to grow into. And I felt that with everything in me, because most people think it's pain, but it's investing in yourself to listen, to be aligned with the right type of, and they invested in themselves as
Mhm.
well. So you invest in yourself. That
That's
shows
right.
how much
Right.
you you want it. You understand? You
That's
want it. And I'm the same exact way. I don't mind investing in myself and
yeah,
getting into doors or doing things that I would never ever have the ability to do on my own. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. And
So
because that's how you're also ready when the doors open. Be ye ready, right? That is how you're ready when the opportunities come for you or to you. You're not sitting there trying to, what is it? What do they say? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
get ready.
I
That's
have
right.
positioned myself to always stay ready so that when
That's
the
right.
opportunities come, I don't ever have to be like, oh my goodness, I don't have this, I don't have that. I have what I need to step
That's right.
into positions.
And that's the thing too. This weekend, I think it was last weekend, I went
Mhm.
to a one of my friends. They opened a new part of their church. They paid 2.4 million. So that wasn't a lot of money, because I'm sitting around people that are making $1 million deals. So I'm not sitting there acting like, oh my God, that's a lot of money or a surprise,
Right.
because I've been in the atmosphere of talking to what people making those type of deals. And
Come
so
on.
I put myself in, in position to hear things like that. So my mind doesn't get stagnant about, 150,000. They tell you 150,000 for that land, or, that's nothing, So,
Come on.
I just, felt that when you said that. And so, and you're doing great things when it comes to your organization. Tell us about Arise Now, helping women, and how did that come about?
Yeah, that one definitely was birth while navigating breast cancer because I was still working. I was still working, still having my treatments. I ended up with an infection and I'm watching my skin fall off in the shower. And I am still a mom. And I thank God for my mom who was able to come here to Charlotte and support and help me. But at the end of the day, I'm still a mom. I'm still their mom. And so having to navigate working as a principal, making decisions, also having to navigate the being a mom, making decisions, and so many things, I realized I had so many women. I mean, it was insane from all over. How do you do it? How are you doing it? How are you still? And I could not understand. What do you mean? Like you just do it. But there are a lot of women who allow life to stop them in their tracks. Hey, and I am just a true believer. What birth arrives now is me being the example and wanting to show women and coach and help women understand. No, nothing stops purpose and
Come
nothing
on,
stops what God has
come
for you.
on,
And so, no children. Okay, you had a
come on,
child. That doesn't stop God have the work that you have to do. It may pivot some stuff, but it doesn't stop it. Getting married, getting divorced, getting laid off, losing your home or losing a vehicle or losing things, nothing stops purpose. And what I found is so many women allow a no or a bad situation to stop them in their tracks. And they begin to give up on their dreams. And so what I wanted to do and what I do through Arise Now and coaching women all over the world, I've been very blessed to be able to work with women all over the world, is a constant reminder of who they are, a
come
constant
on.
reminder of let's put those goals back in front of you. And now let's navigate how we're going to work through so that you achieve every one of those goals, so that you can show your babies that it's never too late to go after your dreams, so that
Yeah,
you can show the people who are watching you, those young ladies, those young men, that it's never too late to go after your dreams. And
that's
so
right.
I feel like as God has elevated me even more and he keeps right on, as more women are like, wow, I want to be like you when I grow up, or wow. And I'm like, oh no, friend, you can do that right now. Don't worry about trying to be like me. Let's figure out how we can help you You be the one that you be like you, right? And so my push to women, my message always is you'll never know how good it can get if you stop.
Come
You'll
on.
never know how good it can get. I would have never known how good it could have gotten for me had I stopped at breast cancer, had I stopped at being a single mom, had I stopped at that divorce, had I stopped at the challenges that I was facing as I was moving up the ladder, dealing with people, tearing my name up, and I had to stay in silent and let God defend me. I never would have known how good it could have gotten for me had I stopped.
And you answer one of my questions. Many women struggle with balancing, like you said, that purpose in that career, that family, that ministry. How does you maintain and balance that while serving so many roles?
I'm glad you asked, because I struggled at first. I did, but I'm thankful for my business mentor, Tamisha, because she helped me in terms of and I needed real. I didn't need no pacifier. Oh, girl, I needed real. And it was the same way you are helping other women with their calendar, the same way you schedule out your life. You have to now get very intentional about scheduling things for your children, scheduling things for Stacy, scheduling things, even if it's nothing but I am offline in my bed doing absolutely nothing for the next 24 hours, and that's okay. And so I'm grateful for that. So I tell every woman listening, get a mentor. I don't care who you get, you a good mentor who's going to keep it real with you, not try to, pacify anything for your money, but really keep it real. I had to buy a digital calendar. I sat down with my kids and I asked them, what is it that you need most or want most from mama? It was, well, my son, he's getting ready to be 12. He said, I would love a date day like we used to do. Say less. What's the days that we're going to do it? Here's mommy's schedule. And so I am very intentional now about time with my children. Nothing ministry or nothing else comes before that, because how can I talk to people about the order and the things they need to do with God and hear my whole life all over here toe up? We as pastors, we are the first partaker of every word ever given, every spoken. And so I take that thing to heart very seriously. And so I make sure my house is in order, that my kids are good and taken care of. And then I make sure I'm good. They deserve a happy, whole, healed mama.
That's right. That's right. And most people don't understand that. I tell my friends, I be like, I gotta go home to my husband.
Come on.
Listen, he not used to this, because you take care of home. Home is where your first ministry is. Most people miss that. Trying to live up to the world standards and with the world, but behind those closed doors, you got to take care like your kids, like you said, making sure they straight. They not out here, starving or making you look crazy. Making you look crazy sometimes. But we take care of home first. And then me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord. Even if they don't live here, they gonna serve that Lord.
No, that's right. No better, honey.
The prayers of the righteous avail much. You train the child up in the way that they go, they not gonna depart from it. It's gonna be in their heart. And so when mama say, look, to delete, I have to tell my daughter delete something on Facebook. She be like, okay.
Yes, right.
she almost 30, but she'll say some stuff that I have to delete. Delete. That don't even sound. That don't even sound like it represents sound mind. So
That's right. That's good.
Yeah, so taking care of the kids is very important in balancing your life. And you being so impactful, in your roles. What things would you say one of the most difficult obstacles that you faced, and how did it shape you as a woman that you are today? I know you said breast cancer. What was one of the most difficult obstacles you have overcome, because you overcame it, you're here? And how did it shape you as this woman you are today? Because you're a powerful woman.
Thank you. I had to let go of popularity and people pleasing. I had to let go of my love language. What language was words of affirmation. And God had to take me through. I mean, I eat, slept, breathe. You got to tell me how I'm doing an amazing job. It's wonderful. It's that like it was bad. It really was. Because and God had to get me to a place of it ain't what they want. It's what I want, what I say. And
Yeah.
you're trying to serve to think, and you cannot do that. And
Good.
so
Yep.
he had to take me to through a oh my God, extremely difficult season. That's why another thing I tell women, learn from me and my trials and tribulations so you don't have to go through them. He had to take me through a difficult season of my name being slandered. And I mean slandered, and I mean it was awful. And all I could do through talking to HR, talking to different people was literally their advice was, you are a praying woman. I advise you to pray. Like that is how bad it was. But what God was showing me is the same ones who will applaud you and clap and affirm you in one season will also be the same ones that'll take you down and tear you down with their words in the next.
Ooh.
That's why you got to stay focused and connected to me. So he had to deliver me from people. And honey, when I finally got free from people, I was able to soar because it didn't matter whether you liked it, what it was. If I was honoring and doing what I was being told by my Abba Father, one, he always gonna award it. And he did. He validated my name. He made my enemies my pure tea footstool. And it was some good eating too. That table and feast was big. And he had to get Stacy delivered from Stacy of you need people to validate you. No, you don't. You don't need them to validate you. You just
Yeah.
need one. You just need one. And when that happened, I began to soar. I didn't need, it doesn't matter anymore who's applauding, who's showing up, who's clapping. It doesn't even matter anymore because my father goes before me, making my crooked path straight and my rough patches smooth. And he takes care of everything concerning me. And he has people like, where did she come from? How, I've never heard of you before. That's okay, friend. I'm here now.
That's okay, friend. I'm here now. That's it.
How can I help you? How can I help you?
Oh, let me tell you about a little bit about my coaching and now,
That's
mentoring.
right. That's right.
Right,
That's right.
Oh my God. And that's how I feel too, Dr. Stacy, because I've helped so many women. I've done so much things and the hurt that when they do things to slander your name, to turn their back on you, to try to intentionally hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I had to get delivered from that. But now I'm looking like, girl, that don't even phase me. I'm over here counting my bread. I'm happy. You
Come
ain't
on.
touched my coins. And so
Come
I,
on.
I ain't got time for the shade. I don't do the shade. That's childish, immature.
Mm.
I don't do that type of stuff anymore. I'm mature,
That's
and you get delivered from people because God has a bigger plan. My purpose is bigger.
yeah.
I'm doing other things that, you're bigger than that. And
That's
so you being delivered,
that's
the
right.
same thing he had to do to me. He had to deliver me because I'm always trying to help. I'm always trying to promote. I'm always trying to nominate. I'm always trying to do things for others. He said, now do it for yourself.
That's right. That's
He
right. That's
said,
right.
get closer to me, get back on your purpose and start,
Mm-hmm.
getting back into preaching and all these things, speaking and your
Yes.
podcast. He said, get back into those things. He said,
Yes.
because that's what makes you who you are,
That's right.
and
That's
building
right.
the kingdom of God. And so um I tell you, I understand exactly what you meant by
Woo.
dealing with that because
Tough season. A lot of tears in that season, but
Oh,
I
girl, who you
love
telling?
who I am now. It was a part of my becoming, and I
Yep.
am so grateful that I'm grateful that I dealt with it earlier on
Yeah.
than later on, because with God and elevation is more visibility. And I was
Yeah.
nervous about that visibility. I was like, Lord, I'm private, Lord. I don't want everybody, I kind of move a little different. I'm one of those that things happen and then I pop out after it's
Yeah.
already. And so with it becomes visibility. And that's why he had to deliver me. He knew that I was going to be a
Yeah.
pastor. He knew that he had all these things planned. I didn't. I was just like, okay, I got to go through another hard season, 7 years. 7
Hey,
years.
Tina, that's one of my friends. Tina is on. We love you, Tina. She's a very good support. I cherish her. That's my sister. Now, I know we talked about that, delivering from people. Now, what is your definition of sisterhood? Tell us a little bit of how you feel about sisterhood, because like me, I want to love everybody. I listen. I used to be
That's right.
before I learned discernment and listening to, hearkening to the voice, but
Mhm.
I'd be like, God, they ain't like that. And he smacked my back head. Oh, now you learned.
That's right.
How do
That's
you
right.
feel? What is your definition of like sisterhood, and how would you describe that?
When I think of sisterhood, I automatically think of unity. I think of like just really coming together. I think of like that chosen bond that's like rooted in trust, in honesty, and mutual uplifting of each other. Trust, honesty, and mutually uplifting each other. When I think about our sisterhood, I also think about celebrating one another, right? Really celebrating one another. I think about ways in which, we are uplifting one another and we're not sitting there trying to figure out how to tear each other down. Oh my God, it bothers me so much when, we didn't have to worry about social media. I'm not sure your age, but I had to worry about social media growing up. And you had your words, you said what you had to say, and you kept it moving. But now everyone just runs to social media, and it's like we're just tearing each other down. But then you want me to support your business later after I just watched you destroy this lady who, for whatever reason, and so when I just think about that unity and mutually uplifting and being honest, and trusting with one another, and oh my gosh, getting rid of the comparison. Everybody's walk is different. Everybody's walk is different, and you can have the same niche and still God uses you to touch different people. People think coaching like, oh, I can't promote because she'll start taking my clients. Maybe that is something that I'm going to say that it could, boom, the light bulb, something you'll say, the light bulb. But it's never for us to decide who. That's all God's work. That ain't ours. Our job is to release what he gives us, and he does the rest,
That's right.
And that compare, like, oh my gosh, I'm just so ready for a world where we are really uplifting and loving one another and celebrating one another, and having true trust in one another.
That's exactly what I stand for, the true sisterhood. You say how old if I was before the internet. Yeah, we did before the internet. And let me just tell you, I'm from the streets. God, thank God for delivering me. But it's called a street loyalty. It's different things that we could not do back in the day that they do not care about doing right now. And I'd be like, they didn't learn.
Didn't learn.
See, and I'm like, okay, I gotta remember everybody not like me. I gotta remind myself that everybody's not gonna treat everybody like me. You understand what I'm saying? Loyal, respect, with kindness. I don't care if they mean to me. I'm not gonna miss my time with God. I'm not gonna miss it. I'm not missing God for him or whatever.
That's
So
right.
God is depending on me to carry this thing, not on them to carry this thing.
That's
He
right.
has a different he has a different standard for us.
He
And
does.
we have to carry ourselves different, you know. And so I totally understand what you're saying because I take things a little too hard. And then I had to
Mhm.
think about it. Maybe they just don't know. I be
They just
telling my
know.
friends, they just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't know.
I
You
tell
know?
God all the time, I need you to get your children. I
Yeah.
really need to get, I had to get delivered from calling people idiots, mainly in traffic. But I had to get delivered from that. And I just said, Lord, I know we're all, you die for all of us. I
Yeah.
understand. And some of your children
Some of your
need
children.
just a little bit more. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's my thing. I'll have my quote my husband. I tell him, I said, you don't argue with fools. Fools argue with fools. You
Come
don't know
on.
who the fool. He said, you calling me? No, I'm not calling you a fool. What I'm
Never.
saying is fools argue with fools. I said, so if you're arguing with them,
Yes,
you got to figure that out. I'm not saying that
that's right.
fools argue with fools.
That's
I
right.
ain't arguing with no fool. You
Not
know, I
arguing.
have
Not
time. And
arguing.
women don't know that, hating on one another takes away from you and your creativeness and your energy.
That's right.
If you use that energy to produce and do some great things, you wouldn't have time to sit and talk about or hate on another woman or break
That's
another
right.
woman down. And like you said, I see women all the time trying to tear other women down that are very successful just because
Mhm.
they made one mistake or because the world don't like what they did.
That's
Who is
right.
the world to tell this woman this is what God has told her?
That's
So
right. That's
I,
right.
I, I leave. I don't. When I look at it and I see who talking, I try
Mhm.
to stay away from who talking,
That's
who
right.
who criticizing,
That's
who
right.
contradicting, who being over there being judgmental.
Right.
No, you
That's
don't
right.
have that. You don't sit high enough to judge another woman. Your
That-
opinion means nothing. You should take that opinion and try to take it to the bank and see if they cash it at.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. That's right. That's
I,
right.
and
Especially if you're
I
not
see it.
bold enough to go to them in love and have a
Yeah,
private conversation.
exactly. Don't do that. If you see out with your sister, you go. That's what the words say. Go to your sister.
That's
You
right.
go to your sister and talk to your sister.
That's
You don't
right.
keep talking about her or subliminals or doing shade or that's childish
That's right.
behavior. When
That's
you was
right.
a child, you behaved as a child. As you grown up, you act mature these days. And
That's
so
right.
I've been praying, and that's been my walk for years, Dr.
Yeah.
Stacy. Like years
Yeah.
that we try to get women on that same page. You don't have to hate me because I'm doing the same thing you're doing. Because let me tell you, you can't do it like me, and I don't want to do it like you.
That's
You
right.
know?
That's right. It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It's
And
different.
God has who is supposed to be connected to us that's going to come to us.
That's
You
right.
don't have to, what's yours is yours. Can't
That's
nobody
right.
take what's yours.
And nobody take what's yours. That is, and that's what I want people to really get deep down. It's yours.
Yeah.
Can't nobody take it. Can't
Ain't
nobody.
nobody, like I said, if I refer my sister, promote my sister, put my sister on my page, that ain't gonna stop nothing from coming to me because what's mine is gonna get to me. You
That's
understand?
that's
So I don't understand how, as sisters, that we can't come together, understand that what is hers is hers. If she get there before you, then she got there before you. You clap and you cheer her on because
that's
you don't
right.
know the type of demons or whatever she had to face to get to that point.
Come on.
And
Come
so
on.
I thank God for you saying that, because and that's right, it's yours. That's right, Tina, it's yours.
It's
But
yours.
as sisters, we gotta. I feel we do have to do better, and us setting an example with sister to sister. And doing what we do and send our pictures. I'm putting our pictures back up from the award show and
Nice.
stuff like that, showing women unity.
That's right.
It's some women out here that really are genuine, because
Yes.
Why do I have to hate on anybody? What do you have to hate on anybody? God gonna do what he gonna do for you.
That's right.
You ain't gotta hate on nobody. So
that's right. That is so true. I wish people really truly understood that for real.
oh yes, because if I elevate, I feel good when I help, when I promote my sisters,
Mhm.
when I serve my sisters, that makes
Mhm.
me feel good because that's the God in me,
That's
you
right.
know.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Get into the room and mentioning your name at the
hey,
table,
come
you
on,
know,
you
like, yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yes, and that's what you call sisterhood right there.
Right. That's
Yeah,
right.
and so many women struggle with that because of the insecurities in their life or what they do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you as an author and a speaker, what message do you believe God is telling you to calling you to share most in the season? Like, what do you feel God telling you to share most in the season?
It's all about becoming her. And the her is who he has called you to be. We are at a very critical place, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it. They try to ignore it, but at the end of the day, we're a very critical place in this world, in the kingdom. And I say it like this: playtime is over.
Yes.
There is a work that must be done. And
Yeah.
we are the hands and feet of God. Like we are. I always say when I'm preaching, who do they think the hands and feet are? We are the hands and feet. And in order to do the work, we have to get in alignment with our Abba Father and what he has placed and prepared for us to do. And so I am in this season of becoming her, promoting becoming her, especially for women, like really becoming her, and people are like, well, who is the her? It's the you.
You.
It's who are you supposed to be? Really understanding who you're supposed to be and get to work becoming who you're supposed to be. Because the moment we get there, then now we're able to impact and do at a higher rate. And the more people we are touching, the more lives that we are touching, the more messages that are getting out there about our Lord and Savior and what is coming. The enemy is working. We got to be working 10 times harder. And that is hard to do when you are still stuck in woulda, coulda, shoulda land. When you are still stuck in, well, this happened to me when I was 7 years old. When you're still stuck in, well, he left me with these, ma'am, okay, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. What are we going to do? What is it that God can do with that hurt? And what, because he's close to the brokenhearted and those that are crushed in spirit. You got to give that thing to him so that he can begin to do the work. And none of us are perfect people. Even with my elevation, with your elevation, with the work God is doing, I'm still praying even 10, 20 times harder. Continue to do the work in me. Continue to mold me, shape me, remove me, anything in me that's not of you, God. Continue to have your way. Gut me out until I am absolutely 1,000% who you have created me to be. And we got to get to that place, but we don't get there if we don't take those steps to becoming. If we continue to stay stuck, if we continue to allow generational curses and situations to plague us instead of being and getting free so that we can break those chains and those curses off. Everybody wants to be the generational curse breaker, but don't nobody want to go through no warfare. Don't nobody want to go through what it actually takes to break curses. And let me tell you, ladies and who are watching or who will watch later, you are not going to break anything, set anything free until you get to a place of total surrender to God. And it is ugly work. Healing is ugly work. People don't want to do it. They think it's pretty. They think they sit in that therapy chair. It is ugly work, and it comes in ebbs and flows. It's not linear. But until you get to a place where you are allowing our God to do the work in us that we need to have done in us so that we can truly go out and do what we have been called and purposed to do, then we are just sitting rocks and sitting lots. And what I'm not going to do is ever let the rocks cry out for me.
Come on.
My message to the world is get in alignment, get to becoming who God has created you to be, because there is much work to be done.
And you didn't answer my next question. It was like, what encouragement will you give our viewers who know they are called for more, but are afraid to take the next step. So you already the answer that get in alignment
Alignment.
with what you're called to do, because that it get healed. Because I'm gonna tell you, healing is, they don't understand healing when it comes to your body, when it
Yes.
comes to your mind, when it
Yes.
comes to physical. I mean, just that's nasty work. And
It
then
is.
you have to get right with you have to fully surrender.
Yes.
Because that's one of the things that I'm walking in my healing,
Mhm.
because I fully, it took me some time to
Yes.
accepted the fact that I was diagnosed with this, but God has already healed my body. I'm
Yes.
already healed. By Jesus' stripes, I'm healed.
Right.
And I had to accept it first because
Mhm.
I was mad. I was
Mhm.
hot. I was like, oh,
Yes.
God, give me all this stuff, and I gotta take all this stuff. I gotta go through.
And that's real. And he loves real. He loves honesty too, not these cookie cutter prayers either. Well, Lord, you know, no, keep it real. I'm mad, Lord. I'm
Girl,
mad.
I'm over here fighting I'm fighting. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm fighting, telling him, like, why I gotta do this, why I gotta go through this. Everybody else is healed, everybody else walking around, they going on vacations, and I'm sitting here in the hospital 10 days and this and that. You have to admit it. That's
Yes.
what the lady told me. She said, first you're gonna be in denial, second you're gonna be mad, and then third you're gonna accept it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I accepted it, and when I accepted it, I accepted my healing with it,
Right.
the fact that I'm already healed. And so
Mm-hmm.
ever since then, sis, I hadn't been in the hospital sick. Now, do I have tough days? Yeah, but I'm still being able to function the way
Mm-hmm.
God has called me to, and I hear from Him instead of hearing from my body.
That's
I
right.
listen to the Lord instead of listen to this body, girl.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then the body is trying to, discourage you because I'm in pain of this and that. Oh
Mm-hmm.
God, you got this, you do, and then that being able to focus on what God is telling you to do
That's right.
is most important. And I know that He has a calling on my life, or I wouldn't be still here. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right.
So
Much work to do. Much work to do.
yeah, so and and then that was one of the things I wanted to give, like a encouraging word was to viewers to call to do more, but they scared.
Yeah.
Like they scared. They scared of what people gonna say. You already told them to forget the people. You already told them that. You done told them it's time out for the games.
It is.
No more games. We ain't playing games right now because it's right now. It's time for them to, get in line
That's right.
because
That's
it's
right.
serious. So, what other things what is some one more encouraging word would you give the viewers that's out here because they listening?
Yeah.
They listening.
Hey, cousin. Yes. Hey, hey, Elder Wynn. Thank you. Um, for me, it is what I leave with the women that I coach. And it really is to the world. It applies to all of us, is you'll just never know how good it will get if you stop. We
Mm,
keep praying and we're asking God to move and to do things, and Lord, open this door. And He's like, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you.
that's it.
We want it, but He's waiting on us to take those steps. What is faith without works is dead. And we
Yeah,
got to be willing to take those steps, and we got to let go everything. Every time I get ready to speak, there's always a little bit of fear until I open my mouth. And
yeah,
then it's almost like it disappears. And then there's sometimes I have to go back, and I had to go back and reread my own books. I've had to go back and re-listen to some of the stuff I said, because it's just like, you
yeah.
know,
I got
and
journals that I reread,
yes,
like that I was encouraging myself.
yes. And so, like, I just want people to know, like, please, like, don't leave here leaving any gifts on the table. There are so many people who are no longer with us who have gifts with them. And I want to be emptied out,
Yeah.
emptied out, right?
Can't be
And so
nothing.
I just really truly want to encourage everyone. Like, you really will not know how good it can get if you stop. And
That's
like, don't allow anything or anyone to stay in the way of what you see. A lot of people see visions and dreams. You know God placed it in you, but you're afraid to take the step because you're afraid of what. But I'm telling you, if you take that step, then he has you in the next. There's been mornings I wake up and pray and say, Lord, I cry out and I do my arms like this, as if he's literally holding my other arm. And I say to myself, step, 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 because the journey isn't always easy. Don't get caught up on the glam. And you see people with the thousands of followers, and you see people, making money and doing big things. Do know that we all had to take a step. We all had to keep going when it was hard. We all had to, surrender. Surrender ourselves and get in alignment so that we really could, because that's where my strength come from. It ain't Stacy. Stacy would love to be in bed crawled up, but it's my strength comes from him who, I just cry out, Father, I need you. I'm your daughter is tired. I'm tired, Lord. I need you, and I don't know. It's almost like I'm just filled with so much strength to be able to keep going. And so men, women, especially our women who carry so much, please don't stop. Please don't allow fear, because that's the tactic of the enemy. He knows you better than you. And he knows that if you truly discover who you are, how dangerous you're going to be, he is absolutely going to try to do everything he can to stop you. And he comes for our mind. He comes with the fear. He comes with the anxiety, and we can allow him to win. You are wonderful. You are powerful. I see you, Dr. Chanel Monique. We see you, and you got this. You got this.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. And you're right. Don't quit. Dr. Stacy, I have a book. Every time I come out the hospital, I got a new book, The Ultimate. I came out one time when they said I wasn't going to make it, and I put The Ultimate Comeback. I prophesied, my future, because I know that words are powerful. Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Yes.
And we can prophesy our life. If we speak a thing, it shall be done. And then, my last book, I have chosen to win, because I finally know that God chose me to win. Every time the enemy try to come at me, God has put me in a winning position. He never failed. He never loses a battle. Our God never loses a battle. And so we're chosen to win. We're already chosen to win. And that's what I brought up, chosen to win. And so, you definitely don't stop. Don't stop. We got so much more to do. We got so much work to do. And we have so much more collaboration to do.
Yes.
And tell people how they can get in contact with you and connect with the Arise Now movement as well. So tell them, sis, give up all the details, because we're super excited that you even decided to come on today. So
I would not have missed it. I adore you. I love the work you're doing in the kingdom. I love the work you're doing in the community. I would not have missed it. I tell you, y'all, you have to connect with like-minded people, especially in this season. It is critical that you connect with like-minded people. And as you know, I am Dr. Stacy Shepard. I am the CEO of Arise Now, www.arisenowllc.com. That is my website. My socials for Facebook, it is just plain and simple, Stacy Shepard. It's also Arise Now for my business one. When you're looking at Instagram, it is Arise Now LLC. And I am all about, you can message me, if it's just a quick, hey, I just pray for me. I don't mind praying for people, because I'm so grateful for all the ones who pray for me. I'm so grateful for the ones, and so I tell you, if I would love for you all to connect with me. And make sure you are connecting with like-minded people. I appreciate you so much.
Well, we do want to thank our viewers that came on today. We have Miss Evelyn Shepard. She's on. Miss Tina Burnett. Miss Angela Wynn. Hi, Angela. Miss Tiffany also as well. Is it Barkil? Yeah. So thank you guys for coming on and joining us. Those are the ones that did a little bit of commenting. And so I'm gonna put your name in a hat, and we're gonna pull some so you can win some Riches designer frames. So we got frames.
Come on, look at y'all getting blessed with a surprise.
So since you got on today, we're gonna put your name and we're gonna send you some designer frames and watches for free. Listen. And that's Chanel Riches, cosmetic and accessory, Chanel Monique, ChanelMonique.com. You know, and so I like I told you, sis, I love to bless, and I'm gonna send you some too as well. Yeah, so listen, we thank you for coming on. We pray, many blessings over you, your health, your children, over your ministry. God, we pray that God expands and enlarge your territory, take you to new heights and new levels. He does miracle signs and wonders. Oh my gosh, he opened doors that have meant to be open for you, only you to walk through, and your name is already great in the door. Yeah, when you walk through. And so we pray that God continue to bless you, keep you, and shine his face upon you, sis. Thank you so much for coming on. I already got your address, so I ain't got to ask you for that.
Yes.
Look, I got your stuff. Because I keep my database. And so we thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to leave our viewers with tonight?
Now, I again, thank you so much, sis, for having me on tonight. I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. I pray that the viewers, even now, and the ones that will watch later, take something from this discussion. It was so needed. Thank you for having me. And for the viewers, I speak blessings over you. I pray the peace of mind of God over you. And I pray that whatever it is, whatever you need, whatever area you need his touch, that I pray that he meets you where you are tonight. All you have to do is just cry out to him, just cry out to him, and he will be quick and there to answer. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. I'm going to put you in the back room for a second, but give me one moment. I'm going to close us out. Wasn't that amazing, you guys? I am super excited. We had Dr. Stacy Shepard on. She doesn't listen. That's a powerful woman of God. If you haven't connected with her on Facebook, please do go connect with her in AriseNowLLC.com as well. That's our sister. And what we do with sisters, we treat them with love, kindness, and with care. And so, you guys, Kingdom Minded Christian University has now opened enrollment for nominations for honorary doctorate. So if you know someone that has done the work, has done everything, listen, it ain't about a title. It's about getting acknowledgement for the things that they have done in this community and getting, honored. And so go to kingdommindedchristianuniversity.org. And then we have Rich's new line of, luxury sunglasses. Oh my God, eyewear, frames, whatever you want to call them, with the watches to match, you guys. So go to Chanel Monique, ChanelMonique.com. Grab you a lip gloss because we need to have them lips popping. I got mine. You got yours. I got my shades. You got yours. But go to ChanelMonique.com. Get your lip gloss. Get your lipstick. Get your eyelashes. Get your makeup. Listen, we got everything cosmetic and make you beautiful. Like you already beautiful and wonderfully made, but to enhance your beauty. Because when you look good, you do good. When you do good, oh, you confident. When you confident, you can walk boldly in your purpose and do what God has called you to do today. And so we just want to thank you for joining us. Come back here next Wednesday. I think I have a show next Wednesday. But if not, be here on Wednesday after that. And we'll be back with a new guest, you guys. So we love you. You know, Elite Business Women organization. If you want to join, it's elitebwa.org. You know, to get the benefits, to get vision. Listen, I can't even go over the benefits, but go get the benefits of being in a sisterhood association. And so we meet up. We're going to have meetups online that are coming, and we're going to have rooftop, you know, food and brunches. So you guys get ready for the Elite Business Women Association to take off. It's summertime. We outside. So we love you. You guys continue to be blessed, and you have a good night. And listen, have a good night. You know, the Lord loves you. I love you. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Love you guys. It's Chanel Monique, ChanelMonique.com. See you next week.